Someone, guys. So I was listening to an interview where where they were interviewing all advocates Kakan, and he was speaking around like our generation, which our generation is full of cowards, and we don't do anything, and we don't challenge status quo, and we don't think out the box, we don't create, we are cool, man. We're dying a slow death, blah blah. And I'm listening and I'm listening and I'm listening. And some of the things he's saying is valid, because we are a very scared generation. We are a generation that doesn't have, real things. That's now my bonds, is what he was saying. Was now look, is how he was saying. And I'm listening and I'm hoping I can he could get to the point where he's giving us a solution. Okay, your generation is this, is this. This is what your generation needs to do. This is how your generation needs to go about doing this. Solutions. The more he spoke, the more I realized, Uguti, as is that generation above us, our parents, phenomenal at pointing out our shortfalls. Phenomenal, great. Hey, when I told you I feel up, when I told you so fat, hey, when I told you this, hey, when I you this. They are phenomenal at pointing out our shortfalls. Phenomenal. However, they don't tell us what to do and they don't tell us how to do it. So we never trained, we never taught, we never upskilled, we never guided, we never mentored. And as a result, we just stay stagnant. Let me tell you a quick story. So we were when was it? We went to the Crocodile Park. I don't know if you guys have been to Crocodile Park here in Joburg. So it was me, it was all my kids and Amanda. So we're going, the 6 of us. Yeah. And you do like a guided tour, and then all the people sit in this little auditorium type of thing, and they bring out like a little baby crocodile, and they bring out some snakes and some, and they bring all of those, and then we as like the people who are watching get a chance to interact with the snakes and the crocodile. And it was so crazy because I'm watching people and their reaction. I'm watching how a lot of the like Abantabadala are like shying away, or the way they'd hold the snake. And then I'm watching the kids, right? I'm watching the kids, and the younger the kids were, like the young kids, like about age 2, age 3, they just grab and they hold, And the older the kids get, once they get to like age 12, 13, they're like, nah, we're not grabbing that shit. And it was crazy because I'm looking at Amanda and she's like panicking. Her eyes, her first time there. And I look at my boys, and the way that my boys, they give in the crocodile, they hold it, they bring it close to their face, they rub it a little bit, they give it to, Uzita, then gives it to Ndanzi, Ndanzi holds it, then Ndanzi gives it to Ndim, and then they hold it, and then they give it back to or they try and give it to, like, the lady, and no, and or they, and the same thing when the snake comes, and they do the same thing, and they're holding it around, and there's a time where the snake is going down on Ndima's t-shirt, Untan's t-shirt, and he grabs their head and he pulls their head close and he pulls it out, and then he gives it to, and we were like, oh, your kids are so brave. Oh, your kids are so brave. Oh my God, your kids are so brave. The way they're so brave. And I'm like, what's bravery? What does it mean to be brave? If an advocate Skakan is saying that our generation is cowards, ideally he wants us to be brave. That would be the opposite. The definition of bravery is what? Going into the head first into the face of danger. So my kids are so brave because they went head first into the face of danger. I've realized on my little journey, Uguti, a lot of people don't give us the full story. They don't tell us the bigger picture. They give us certain ingredients, but they don't give us the picture. They give us the mud and the sugar, and they give us the milk, and they give us the boiling water, but they don't give us the tea bag. They give us the flour and the sugar and the salt and the this and the this, but they don't give us the yeast. A lot of people don't give us the ingredients that we actually need, the recipe and the method in order to be successful. My kids have been to that Crocodile City at least 10 times, at the very least 10 times. This is not their first time. Whereas a lot of those kids, that was the first time they were there. That was the first time they were there. So my kids have sat there holding those snakes and the crocodile at least 10 times. At least 10 times. People don't know that. My kids owned a corn snake. It was their corn snake. But people don't know that. So they see my child or my kids as brave. These kids for years have been handling snakes. Guys, if I'm sitting in a room, and again, going to the fact that people don't give us the whole story, and a snake walks past, and a snake slithers past, right? Let's say people are scared and they jump on the couch. And here's Penson goes and he picks up the snake. Doesn't just kick it or kill it. He picks up the snake, brings it close to his face. It'll be snaky. And I go and I put it, open a pot. Put it in the pot, close the lid, take the pot with me. Oh, Benson, you're so brave. You're so brave. However, when I saw the snake, I recognized it's a corn snake. One of the most passive snakes ever. Corn snakes are actually meant to be, out of all the snakes, like your starter snake. Because it's such a passive snake. It's calm, it's docile. It's just one of those. It has no poison at all. It's a constrictor, so it eats by strangling, and, at its largest, it might get as thick as my thumb. Maybe, let's say, 2 fingers. That's as thick. Might get really long, but outside of that, doesn't get that thick. It will never attack a human being unless you literally squeezing its face and smacking it. Like, the chance of it attacking you is very low. If it's aggressive and it's angry, it might touch, but it won't bite you. Like, it's very rare that it will. So I have that knowledge that none of you guys have. I've worked with corn snakes. I've owned corn snakes. So for me, am I being brave? Am I being brave? No, I'm not. It's something that I've done. Guys, there's stupidity. Stupidity is going into something with zero knowledge. Facing danger head first with zero information. That to me is stupidity. No offense to anyone, but those little kids, those 2-year-olds, whatever, they're grabbing the snake, however, that's stupid. That's stupid. You don't know what type of snake it is. But because you're so young, you're 2 years old, you just do stupid things. And then as they got older, they got more scared and they became cowards because they didn't have the information, they weren't prepared. They didn't have the information, they weren't prepared, they weren't taught, they weren't upskilled. And as a result, they were sitting in fear. My kids know that a corn snake can still bite them. They know that the crocodile can still snap at them. They know all of this. They know that. However, because they are trained, upskilled, learned, they can do a quick risk analysis. They can say, okay, Sharp, what are the chances? What are the chances that this corn snake will snap at me? This corn snake, day after day, hour after hour, does this tour, gets held by so many. This corn snake is used to being held by people. Therefore, the chance of it actually attacking me is less than 1%. Perfect. There's a 99% chance that nothing will happen. I'm good. I'll take that risk. Same with the crocodile. They came out with the boa, thick boa. My kids were grabbing that thing. Their biggest challenge was because of how heavy that thing was. So they're trying to grab it. The boa's head is sitting here. They're just fine. They're just whatever. They're just cool. Guys, we can take this into any space. We can take this into any space. Skydiving. We're scared. We go skydiving. I went skydiving when I turned 30. I was shitting myself properly. I was fucking scared. I did some research. Let's say I was scared 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 I was scared. I did some research. I realized, or I learned to go to less than 0.000, there was 3 zeros, 1. Skydive Watwati ends up being fatal or any other mishap. 0.0001. Guys, I don't know if you can hear what I'm saying. Less than 0.0001% of whatever happens there could turn into an accident. That means that I have a 99.999 chance that I'll come back safely. Just to flip the script, divorce in South Africa. Divorce in Johannesburg is, I think, at a 30% rate of you getting divorced. 30% rate. Excuse me. The more learned the female is, listen to me very carefully, the more learned the female is, the more successful she is in a career, that 30% increases. That 30% increases. So now you're sitting in a situation where you're like, well, good divorce here. I've got like, what's that? Let's just say 2 out of every 5 of divorces, of marriages will end in divorce. 2 out of every 5. Yet I still went into it. I had like a 35% chance I'll get divorced, and I still went into it. Diving. With happiness. And how do we define that? Bravery, stupidity, trust? How do you define that? I leave that to you. I'm going to a point where I'm trying to explain and emphasize the importance of information, knowledge, practice. Practice. So the more scared you are in life about doing something, if fear is here and bravery is here, fear is overwhelming the bravery for you to do something. Fear is overwhelming. The more you practice, the less fear you become. And then magically, the braver you get. Magically, the braver you get. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared of standing in front of my church, 1,000 people at church, and singing. I'm so scared. Are you scared in singing in front of your mom? No, I'm not. Sing in front of your mom. Start there. Your dad? Sing in front of your mom and dad. Okay. Your family? Practice. Your friends? Okay, practice. Now at church, are you scared to sing just in front of 10 of the youth members? No, practice. The more you do that, you start growing this group. Now before you realize that you're singing in front of the choir at church. Now before you realize you're singing in front of the youth at church. Now you realize, oh, can I come and practice on Wednesday? There's Isel meeting, yo mama. Now there's 100 people and you sing every Wednesday, Isel meeting, yo mama. And at confidence, because you start seeing familiar faces. Then you go to Isel meeting, yo baba, all 50 of them, and you sing. Isel meeting, yo zalgwaz, you sing. Before you realize, you found that I've actually sang to everyone in the church in different segments at different times. And you do it more and more and more until your confidence does this. As you sing, your fear drops. By the time you stand in front of that church, you've sang 10 times to each face here. So they know your voice. They know the mistakes. They know how you've adjusted. You sing, oh, she's so brave. She's not. He's so brave. No, I'm trained. There's a difference. The first time I took it, I said something in a past video about guys being confident until you say, hey, bro, let's go spar. Let's go throw a couple of hands. Guys, I'm the first to admit, I'm scared. But the more I spar with different guys and we throw at it, the more we do that, the more my confidence, and it reduces my fear. It reduces my fear. All of a sudden, Pace is so brave. Hey, Mike Tyson speaks about how scared he's been going into the ring. The more practice I get, the more prepared I get, the more information I have, the less my fear is. We can move it into asking out a girl. Machita, let's say you see Prudence is an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. And you shitting yourself because when the best that you can go and ask out is a 5, maybe a 6, depending on how confident you feel on a day. So you can maybe ask out a 5, 6. Okay, sure. Prudence is an 8. But you are shitting yourself. Start practicing on 4s. You know how to like Mac on 5s and 6s. Start practicing on 4s until 4s become like, then move to 5s. Mac on 5s. Make them laugh, make them giggle, make them feel like, okay, move to 6s. Until you have it on lock. Which is shit. I'm so confident if a 6 walks into a room, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. From 6s, move to 7s. You practice your way into that space. From 7s, then you start exploring 8s. Even if it's just highs, little things, hi, Nijan. Same thing at gym. People see you with the 50. Yo, bro, I'm so scared I'll injure myself. Start with the 10s, bro. Until you're so confident with the 10s that you can move to 12s. Until you want to get to a point where you start being able to push 30s for 20 reps. Absolute confidence, no fear in sight. Then you move to the 40s. Then you move. Before you realize that you'll be at the 50s. You'll see, Guti. I've always been scared of the 50, but if I can hold the 48, I can do 10 reps out of 48. If I can do 10 reps out of the 48s, surely I should be able to do 2 reps out of the 50. You're doing it now. The bravery is there. Bravery to me is being scared and working towards that and work and embracing your fear, because there'll always be a chance of something. There'll always be a chance of something. When you go into a ring, there's a chance that you'll get knocked out. Even holding a corn snake, there's a chance the corn snake will go and but there's always that. But I don't want to be stupid about it. I don't want to go there with no information. A lot of friends that I know, a lot of people that I know, they fucking shitting themselves when it talks about having kids. Hey, bro, I'm having kids. So they start making excuses. Their money, this, that. They start making excuses. And it's not about that. It's because they're not prepared. They're not ready. They're not trained. They're not mentored. Should they just get 10 million in the bank account? Should they sit and learn from their friends with kids? Should they get a loving partner who's ready to build and will break her back in order for the family? Should they have all of these things around them, a great support structure, great partner, financially freedom? Should they have that? All of us, and the fear of having kids will just decrease. Brr. Now they'll be brave. Wait, let's go into it. I'm brave. Guys, it will show time and time and time and time again. At work, it will show time and time again. If you in sales, cold calling. Oh, I'm so scared of calling. Start off by calling your mates that might be in that space. Start off by calling your mates. And then from your mates, start calling your acquaintances. From your acquaintances, then you can venture into spaces that you haven't gone. Practice into it. All of a sudden, you'll be seen as this big, brave person. Person can stand in a boardroom and just talk. Nah, fam. I started off by talking to my colleagues and challenging them and unpack because I'm used to them. Then had corridor conversations with the directors or the owners or the execs. Corridor conversations, very light, talking about rugby over the weekend or how their son played a hockey game amazingly. Before I realized I'm in the boardroom with people that I chat to constantly. So I'm calm and I'm confident in order to talk to them. So I'm not brave by asking these questions. I'm trained, I'm prepared, I've been upskilled, I've been mentored, I've been taught time and time again. And if it's not those external people teaching me, I've taught myself. I taught myself. I didn't just, Benson, do you want to run a marathon? No, I'm scared. 5K. Until I have 5K on wax, 10K. 10K, 15K. 15K, half marathon, 21. Half marathon, go do it 30. I've trained myself. So when people come with that bullshit of don't be a coward, take it. In fact, here's an exercise. Write 5 things that you're fucking scared of. When I say scared of, you rank them. It has to be things that are 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 in terms of things that you're really scared of. Really scared of. Write them. It could be something as silly as spiders. I'm scared of spiders, 10 out of 10. Right? This is an exercise for us to grow because this journey is about growth and development. I'm scared of spiders. Perfect. Now tell yourself, Uguti, you're going to go on your Instagram and you're going to start watching, or you're going to follow at least 2 pages on spiders. 2 pages on spiders. You're going to start watching them. You're going to start researching a little bit about spiders. The spiders that are in South Africa. The poisonous spiders, the ones that are not poisonous. What type of spider? How do I identify a poisonous spider and a spider's not? And then give yourself 10 minutes every day just to upskill yourself in terms of different spiders. You want to get to a point where you can watch your spiders on your phone or watch them on TV without you getting ugh. So you just keep watching them on the phone, on TV. Forget anything else. Until such time where you don't want to feel jibbity-jibbies when you're watching them, because you've watched them so often that you know exactly what's about to come. Watch them over and 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 over. Once you pass that point, go to a pet store. They're behind closed cages or closed whatever glass cages, so they can't even get to you. Then go to those thingy and then look at them behind. You could be 2 meters away. That's fine. And then tell yourself, Uguti, every time I come here, I just want to take 1 step forward. Eventually, where you want to get is if there's that glass thing, you want to be here. Hello, Bab Spider, Ninjani. You want to get as close as possible. With time, you go to the person that helps and you say, can you just take it out? I'll be 3 meters away. Just take it out. I just want to see. Again, practice getting closer until you get to a confident level where you can say, okay, can the spider be here? Can I just put it on my hand for 5 seconds? I saw Amanda being so scared when we went to Crocodile City, and she was scared, but the more she saw the kids holding it, the more I said, no man, come on, you can do this. Don't do anything. It managed her fear. She grabbed the stuff and she did it scared. She weighted up the risk management. She saw it's not snapping at people. She saw people are controlled. She's seen it. She managed herself. All of a sudden, she became this brave person. If we weren't there, if no one was there, she would have never grabbed this. She never held it ever, ever, ever. But again, we were there to help her, upskill her, manage her, mentor her, whatever you want to name it. And then all of a sudden, she became this brave person. So again, when people say you're a coward, you're scared, you're great, write those things down. And then start working on them. Small baby steps. Some of these things might take a week, might take a month, might take a fucking year. But work on that. Work on the things that you're scared of. Because on the other side of that fear, on the other side of that fear is your success. The other side of that pain is your success. However, between where you are and the success and that pain is knowledge. It's practice. It's upskilling. It's growing. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please just fill it in. Share this video far and wide if you think other people will benefit from this video. Hit that notification bell, subscribe. I think we're growing. I saw you on 18,000. Ngiyantanda, guys. Ngiyantanda aggressively. Have yourselves a fantastic Monday and even better week. This week's going to be amazing. This week is just going to be growth. This week's going to be development. This week is just going to be full of your blessings. I'm out, guys.